Hey guys, what's up? It's me, ICC and Changes. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Sorry, I didn't even realize this was backwards. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, ICC and Changes. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. So, in today's video, I realized I haven't done a video of me chewing gum and doing my hair in a long time, and I wanted to do a story time, just kind of explaining some of the crazy stuff that's went on. I'm gonna be chewing gum, so I'm so sorry if you can't get through this story time without my gum chewing, but some people find it very relaxing. So okay, I want to start off with one piece of gum. I'm about to curl my hair. Sorry, my eye was itching. I'm about to curl my hair and do a story time. So yeah, I'm just letting y'all know it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna start with a couple months ago. I'm gonna start with May. So y'all know in the state of Georgia, you gotta pass emissions. Well, I won't say in the state of Georgia, but in some cities in Georgia, in some counties, you have to renew your tag, your birth month. So my birthday in May, so I had to get my tag renewed on my Nissan in May. And it's you gotta have your ID, current insurance on your car, and a current emissions test. And I had everything but a current emissions test. So sorry, I was looking for my phone. But I didn't have a current emissions test, and I knew I wasn't going to pass emissions because the transmission in my Nissan is messed up. So I was just kind of riding around Atlanta on an expired tag. And I got pulled over on the way to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was right here and Chipotle was right here. And in my head, I was like, I should just go to Chipotle because I know I'm gonna have to make this left turn and this light is right here and people be passing. So the light was yellow and I kept going. The light was yellow. Yeah, the light was yellow and I kept going, and I stopped in the middle of the road. And then, cause I knew they was gonna have to stop. And then when it turned red, I literally just mashed on my gas. And I seen the police lights and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get pulled over. So I'm like, okay. So he pulled me over and was like, when the lights yellow like that, you have to stop. No, you have to keep going because you could really get hurt. And And it was a big truck. That was the thing. It was a super big 18-wheeler truck in my way, so I really couldn't see what kind of traffic was going. So when the light turned red, I just went because I knew when nobody gonna go because it was on red. So then he asked for my license and stuff and was like, your tag's expired? And I'm like, yeah, duh. And he was like, we reaching a point where we can tow your car. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And this was my first time like really getting pulled over for like, I don't want to say it was my first time getting pulled over for something. That was my first time in a long time getting pulled over for something serious. And I'm like, I've never even gotten like a warning. I mean, I've never even gotten like a citation. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna get a citation this time. So he gave me a citation, and it was just a warning about my tag. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, and not too long after that, my friend invited me out to a club and was like, we was gonna pregame at his house first. And I needed to go, you know, I needed to bring my own liquor bottle. I could bring a bottle. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to the liquor store, and the liquor store was like 8 minutes from his house. So I done got to Atlanta, no problem. And I get to the liquor store. I stop at a red light. The liquor store is literally on the corner to my right. I just gotta park. See some more boop flashing lights. I'm like, oh my god, okay. And y'all, this time, like, I had a blunt in my car. So yeah, because I was gonna go to a club, so I was gonna bring my own bottle, I had my own blunt, like, I was gonna be straight, like, I was gonna be set. So I had it in my little blunt box, like, you know, like how they be having like cigarette box. Like, I got a box that I be putting my little blunts in. So yeah, he came to my car and was like, you know, your tag's expired. And I'm like, yeah. And then he was like, you know, he wanted my license and all that stuff. And I showed him, like, I had got emissions done like 2-3 days before that, like, just so I could ride with emissions like paper and be like, well, y'all, like, I got emissions done, like, at least that. But they weren't trying to hear that. He was like, nah, give me your license and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So then he came back to the car, and I knew he smelled it. Like, I knew he smelled, because it was, I didn't have it in the trunk or nothing. Like, I had it in my purse in the front seat. So he was like, do you have anything in your car? And I was like, yeah. He was like, what you got in here? I'm like, I got a blunt. He was like, give it here. I was like, oh my god, okay. So I gave this man like a perfectly pearl blunt, and I was so upset because you ain't gonna do nothing but smoke it, you know? So whatever, man. Just give me my stuff so I can go to the liquor store. Like, at least I can enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? At least I can enjoy the liquor with no issues. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I had to find the flexi rods. They was under the sink, but they was on the other side. Like, after I do this, well, after I curl my hair, like, if I know I'm not gonna wear it out till later, I'll just hold it with the flexi rod. I just preserve the curl with the flexi rod. And because your hair, you know, is still warm, it's gonna set to the flexi rod. So you gotta curl it how you gotta curl. But okay, so where was I at? But yeah, so he pulled me over, and he took my weed and gave me 2 tickets, one for my tag and one for the weed. So I gotta go to court in January, and prayerfully I don't get put on probation. Like, that's my biggest thing. I don't want to get put on probation, but I've never been to court before, so hopefully I can use my first defenders. And at this point, like, I'm never gonna ride with weed again because I don't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I need to hurry up and decriminalize it here because it was just a blunt. But okay, whatever. So anyway, I went to the liquor store after that. And it was a police officer like outside the liquor store because it was like Friday or Saturday, I forgot. And y'all know like in Atlanta, like people be wilding sometimes, so they be needing the police to regulate. But yeah, he like followed me in the store, and then when I was getting my liquor, the dude who was like, you know, the dude at the cash register was like, he needed my ID or whatever, so I was giving it to him, and he was like, I didn't look like how it looked on my ID, so I took my mask off. He was like, you was the girl that just got pulled over, and I'm like, yeah. And then it's like the police officer that was standing outside, like he followed me in and was like talking to me before I got to the cash register. I was like, you know, you all right? Like, da, da, da. I'm just like, no, y'all took my weed. Like, no. But yeah, so after I got my liquor, I went to my friend's house and we pre-gamed. And I went to the club and I just was not feeling the vibe. Like, and I bought a blunt in the club. It was $20 for one blunt. So I bought a blunt in the club and I was drinking and I had my bottle. And like, I just wasn't feeling the vibe. Like, my friend kept leaving me, and yeah, it was like a whole bunch of dudes in the section, and the girls was like, I was sitting on one couch and the girls was sitting on, it was like 3 other girls sitting on another couch, like facing me. Like, it was just a weird vibe. So like, I hit my blunt a few times and I put it on the table, and I left my cup on the table because I kept trying to get me to drink. I left my, and like my waiter, like our little bottle girl, she was obviously like rolling on something, like she was on something. And like, yeah, so I wasn't feeling the vibe. Like, what if they put something in my drink? You know, that's how I was thinking. Like, y'all know I was smoking too, so I was kind of paranoid. But I went in the bathroom and I called me a ride home. And then my friend who I went with, he was like, you know, where you at? Are you good? And I'm like, boy, I'm on the way home. Like, I'm great. So yeah, that was that. Like, I was so over that night because like, that was so lame. Like, I don't know, it was lame. So I was just like, I'm not gonna go out like ever again. And I got a ride home, so I left my car at my friend's house. So I literally had to get a ride to my car like a few days later and drive it back home. So yeah, my little car was going through it. So then, okay, so I was at the mall and these people had stopped in a Porsche. I was like, you know, they like my outfit or whatever, and like they wanted to hang out with me or whatever. And we hung out, so we all been cool or whatever. And I was on the way up there after, like, you know, we met and stuff, and my tire popped. So they actually came and picked me up, and my car was on the side of the road for like 3-4 days because I was literally up there like partying and like turned up. And people was like, you know, they was like, you know, do you want to go get your car? Do you want to go get the spare? And I'm just like, no, like I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm turned up right now. So when I went back to actually get my car was not there. So like, oh my gosh, they towed my car. So, oh yeah, and I called AAA to help me put a spare on my car, but I didn't have, like, I only had a tire. Like, I didn't have the actual rim spare. I only had a tire. So you would need like that, you know, that machine thing that puts the rubber part on the rim. Yeah, you needed one of those. So I literally was stuck there for like 30 to 45 minutes until somebody came and got me. But yeah, they towed my car. So I went up there one time to look for my car and it wasn't there. So then I came back down, and on the way down, I was calling them. Like, I was calling around different towing companies to see where my car was. So I called 3 different towing companies. Now the second towing company, the lady, she was super nice and was like, you know, try this towing company. So when I tried them, they was like, you know, yeah, we have your car, but you know, you gonna need basically, I'm gonna need, she said I'm gonna need my insurance, my title to prove it's mine, and all this other stuff for my car, right? So I was like, you know what, ma'am, it's inside the car, so are y'all gonna let me in my car to get it? And she was like, no. So I was just kind of like, you know, all right. Like, that was weird to me. That was odd to me. So I was just like, you know, all right, whatever. So then she told me that I would need current, you know, current, what you call it, current registration. And I'm like, you know, I can't get current registration because my transmission's messed up. Like, I'm not gonna pass emissions. So she was just like, you know, they do mobile emissions testing all the time. She was like, call it dealership because they do them all the time. And I'm like, I understand that, but what you're not understanding is, you know, I'm not going to be able to pass emissions because my transmission messed up. So then she basically told me to figure it out. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I was super upset. Like, I cried because y'all know, like, I'm 23, y'all know I'm learning life, and I was super upset that this lady was not helping me get my car out of impound. Like, it wasn't, I didn't have the money to get it out of impound, and it was $325 for me to get my car out of impound. So yeah, basically she was like, figured out. So I called Nick and was like, no. I was actually with Nick, and I was like, Nick was like, why are you crying? And I was telling him about how she was being rude and she wasn't helping me because she was being very rude and like she was talking to me in a super condescending tone. And Nick was like, let me talk to her. So he called her, and he was basically, when he got off the phone with her, he told me that she was being rude to her too, and there's a way around all of it, and for me to get, I can get my car. So he was like, you need to call up there and get your VIN number. So I actually ended up calling the lady from the second towing company that I called, and she was a lot of help, which is why I called her, because she sounded really nice. And she was like, yeah, she's just being a butthole, and you know, you can call the Atlanta Police Annex and report her because, you know, it's not supposed to be that hard for you to get your car back, and you know, all this stuff. Yeah. So she was like, if you just get your VIN number, I can help you. So I called back after Nick had called and was like, you know, yeah, I just want my VIN number. And this woman gonna say, I'm gonna help you just this one time, but don't have your boyfriend calling up here no more trying to get your car. And I was like, excuse me, miss, like what? Like, that's what are you dumb? Like, that's what boyfriends are for, first of all. Second of all, who told you, well, never mind. I said, who told you that was my boyfriend? But I know who told you that was my boyfriend. But yeah, so I was like I was taken aback by that comment because it was like, girl, it don't matter who I got calling up here trying to get my stuff. Like, you not helping, so you know what I'm saying? Like, take a chill here. So she gave me my VIN number, and then I called the other place and I gave her my VIN number. And then I called my mom just to kind of tell her what was going on with me trying to get my car, because she told me that, like, you know, with my insurance, when my tire actually busted, they would have towed my car home for me. And I was just like, oh man, wow, that's something helpful, you know, to know early and not last minute. But whatever. So basically, I gave the lady my VIN number, and y'all, I'm messing this part up, I'm sorry. so basically we gave the lady my VIN number and stuff, and you know, she was like, yeah, you know, it's over there, and I would have to go to, you know, where I got my car registered at. I would have to go get like some notarized papers. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to the when I told my mom actually called up there and was like, yeah, they done took her off the phone, because when I called up there, dude answered the phone and, you know, blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, we can get my car back. So I went to the DMV, like the tag office here, not even the DMV, the tag office here where I live at, and she gave me a paper, and I went up there, you know, back to the towing place, driving 40, like, and this whole time I'm driving 40 minutes, like, from my house to, you know, where I busted my tire at. Because if you familiar with, like, you know, Atlanta, Georgia, you know, like Georgia geography, I live like on the south side. I live in like Henry County, and I messed my car up in Fulton County. Like, my car was on the side of the road on the 400 exit, like the exit to get off on Lenox Road. My car was right there, so I was like, oh my goodness, like, well, not Lenox Road, but you know, well, the road to get to Lenox. So my car was like stuck, and I went up there, gave her the paper, and she was like, that's not the paper you need. So I'm like, what do you mean that's not the paper I need? Like, this is the paper they gave me at the tag office. She was like, no, you need an official notarized paper. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was super upset because I paid $1 to get that paper. And then, so I had to go, and it was closed, so I had to go the next day. And I went the next day. They closed at 4:30. I went at like 4:15, right? So I went in there and I got the paper that I needed, and I went outside to call, you know, the people to tow my car back, and I left my phone in the tag office and they was closed. Like, I went in there and I tried to open the door and it was closed. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, I need my phone. Like, it got all my information, like my VIN number, the phone number, like, you know, to talk to who I need to talk to get my car, like, all that stuff is in there. I'm trying to open the door. There's a police officer at the door, and he had my phone, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I got my phone, and then we went up there. We could try to get my car. So my car, like I said, busted a tire, and I had a spare. Like, I had a spare from the Mustang now, so we put that on there. But we still had to tow my car because my tag was expired. So we had to tow my car. Like, I couldn't drive my car off the impound lot. So we had to find somebody who could tow my car. And my mom was like, you know, call the insurance people. So I called them, and it was like, yeah, we only you know, we only cover like up to $65, and I live 32 miles away from where, you know, it was, so I knew it was gonna be hot. And on top of that, they said the receipt for my actual tow had to be in my mom's name, and my mom was like all the way home, and she was at work, so I knew she wasn't gonna just drive up here. So I'm just like, oh, forget it. So Nick had a black Eclipse on his insurance. So we called them, and they was like, you know, we can tow your car for free, like up to 5 miles, and after that it's $6 a mile plus tax. And like I said, y'all live 32 miles away, so it would have been like $2 something. So I just paid $3.25 to get my car out of impound. Then I would have had to pay like $2 something to get my car towed home. When my car, like, now my car got a spare tire on it. My car, there's nothing wrong with my car. My car is drivable. Like, I can go in my car. So I was like, you know what? This is what we gonna do. So the dude pulled up or whatever to tow the car home, and he was like, you know, trying to figure out where we was gonna tow it at. And I was like, I told him to tow it as far as he could for free, and we would drive it home the rest of the day. And he was kind of, I don't want to say he was tripping, but he definitely did say something about you know, it not being the right car. Like, he was like, this isn't the car that they told me I was gonna be picking up. And we was just kind of like, you know, nigga, take this money and literally just tow it. It wasn't even 5 miles up the street, if we gonna be completely honest. It was like half a mile. It was literally half a mile up the street because we just wanted to get it off the lot because they was gonna call, like, he was like, yeah, and it's a good thing, you know, y'all towed it off, because at least towed it off the lot, because, you know, they was gonna call the police had I drove it. And I'm like, yeah, like, nigga, we know that. We was waiting on you. Like, I drove my car home, no problem at all. And ever since then, like, I don't know, it's just been, I've been super careful with driving my car because I be scared. I be scared they're gonna pull me over and tow me. But the thing is, like, I got a Mustang, but the fender is bumped. Like, I got a dent in my fender, and like, that's a new car, so I don't want to drive it with, you know, a dented fender. But I'm gonna have to, because it's like, it's $400 to fix it. And I mean, I might need $400 for something else. Like, I might get, you know what I'm saying? I might need $400 because I got tickets now. Like, I got tickets I gotta pay, and I don't know how much they're gonna be. And then I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to pay. I want to be able to pay my fines. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to be on probation or like nothing like that. Like, I want to be able to do my money. Sorry, I dropped this. I want to be able to, like, yeah. So I want to spend $400 on cosmetic damage when I need it. I'm probably gonna need it for tickets. So I'm probably just gonna drive it with the dent. But then again, y'all, I bought the car from Tennessee, and they don't do emissions in Tennessee, so I'm gonna have to do emissions here. But I'm really thinking that car can pass emissions, definitely, because yeah, like, it's a newer Mustang, and then I gotta put insurance on it, and that's gonna be high. So yeah, but I'm gonna finish curling my hair. Thank y'all so much for watching my story time, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Hey y'all, and this is just the end of the video where I was just showing y'all how my hair came out super cute when it was curled. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.